Jó reggelt kívánok! Hogy vagy? Jó? Hmm. Oh no, I forgot to put my little equal in my coffee. I like it. I like it sweet. Not sure if I don't think I ever told you that before, but I usually get two equals. You know, so when I go to a cafe, I go to a cafe and they're making me my long black. I and they say, "Do you want anything in it?" I'll say, "Well, give me a couple." If I was over in Budapest, I would say, "Kere katu it kere katu itchu," something like that. But anyway, I and if I go someplace and I happen to be having my coffee made by a lady, you know, and they say, "Do you want anything in it?" And I say, "Well, give me put a couple sweeteners in, and if you don't have sweeteners, just use your pinky. You know, just use your pinky to sweeten it up." But hmm, start of another day, and I gotta tell you, you know what? I love this place. I've stayed in some nice places over this trip. Really, really nice places. I've been on the road, what, 5 weeks now, and I've stayed in some nice places. It's not, mind you, this place isn't anything glamorous. It's nothing, nothing posh, nothing whatever. But it's home. This was somebody's home, not somebody's hotel room. This was somebody's home, and I absolutely love it. I really love it. And the lady whose home this is named after, I think Christy is her name. She left a comment. I sent a link to this video to my host last night, which is Christy's mother, and she shared it with her daughter. And her daughter made a comment. And who knows? Maybe now I have 2 more subscribers. I don't know. Oh, goodness gracious. I've never really cared about the amount of subscribers. It's always interesting to me how many I have or don't have. I find it interesting, just as I find it interesting how many times my videos have been watched, but I don't lose sleep over it. Not like some people do. But what else is on my mind? As I was going about my morning today, a thought crossed my mind. And that thought was, if I had known then what I know now, then being planning a trip to Australia at the onset of a global pandemic, and where I sit now in Christie's place in Ocean Grove, Australia, just a stone's throw from the beach. Would I've gotten on that plane? Would I've gotten on that plane 6 weeks ago had I known then what I know now? And it's a tough answer. It's maybe it's not a tough question to answer, because in all likelihood and in all honesty, I probably wouldn't have. I probably would not have gotten on that plane 6 weeks ago if I knew the extent that this was going to result in. But, like with anything else in the past, you can't live your life. You can't live your life in regret. You can't live your life looking back. You got to live your life in the here and now and looking forward. And I could sit here all day long and second guess my decision to come down here. And it wouldn't do me any good. It really wouldn't do me any good. And insofar as the question of being here where I'm at, would I really be any better if I were at home? I mean, I don't know. I mean, God forbid, something bad happens, such as well, any number of things. Perhaps some could argue that I would be better off being back home than being back here, but time will tell as far as that goes. But anyway, it's just it really is an interesting situation. It's a scary situation. It's a scary, downright frightening situation, to be quite honest with you. And I went out yesterday and I stocked up on enough groceries to get me through the week. And if push came to shove, some pasta. They limited me. I got a couple. I got two little things of pasta or pesto and another thing of pasta sauce. And at the check stand, they told me that I could only have two of the pasta sauce. So I got one pesto, one pasta, and or one tomato sauce. But anyway, I went shopping. For the most part, people are keeping their distance and what have you, and just trying to be conscientious. One of the toughest things I find is not. You notice I haven't wiped the sleep out of my eyes this morning. And that's one of the toughest things that I find, is not to touch the face. I was watching something last night, and people touch their face on average. What is it, 25 times? 25 times an hour or 25 times a minute? 25 times 25 times an hour or something like that. People have the tendency to touch their face, and when they touch their face, the majority of the times it's the eyes, nose, or mouth. And I'm really trying to be a lot more conscientious about that. Even when I'm just sitting at home, I'm trying to be more conscientious of that. I chuckle because when I say I'm sitting at home, that's what this feels like. It feels like I'm sitting at home. It really does. So, but today is moving day. Today is moving day, another check-in, and I'm not checking in very far from here. I'm checking in all of 5 minutes from here at a home with a gentleman and his wife, and it's a shared accommodation type deal. And I was looking at his picture today. I don't know his age, but he's probably got a few years on me. He's probably in his 60s, I would guess, maybe mid 60s, late 60s, something like that. And I guess the way that the house is configured, I'll have a room on one end of the house, so they'll have a room on the other with a common area in the middle. Seems to be a nice house. Seems to be a really nice house. And I'm there through the weekend, and then I'm off to the other side of the port, over to the Mornington Peninsula. And I booked a place there for 2 weeks. It's just it's beautiful. And the place that I booked there, it's a beautiful, beautiful home. It's in an upscale community, and I think I'm renting like the granny apartment or something like that. Beautiful big bay windows opening out to a garden. Gorgeous kitchen, beautiful bedroom. the whole 9 yards, as we say in America. I don't know what they say down here in Australia. I don't think that rugby has yards, but we say the whole 9 yards. I don't know what they say in Australia. But anyway, so I thought to myself as I was waking up this morning, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my host as in plural this morning. I'm going to call my first host, or the host that I'm checking into, and I'm gonna propose something to him, and see what he says. And I'm gonna propose that I cancel my stay with him, in part because of his safety and that of his partner, his wife. I guess after they get divorced and they get somebody else, or when Aussies or whatever stay with somebody for a long time, it's their partner. Whenever I hear partner in the States, that means that they're gay and they have a man has a boyfriend or a woman has a girlfriend. But down here, partner is the common terminology for somebody. Over in Hungary, they call it their soulmate, I think, or life mate, life partner. That's what they call it. In Hungary, they call it life partner. They're paying people in Hungary to have babies right now. They are. I saw that on a 60-minute segment or something. Hungary is paying people to have babies. And all of a sudden, my entrepreneurial spirit kicked in. I thought, gee, how could I capitalize on that? Maybe I could go over there and find women that, want to make a few bucks and offer my services. I don't know. We have to get through this whole pandemic thing first. And then we can think about various business strategies related to fathering children in Magyarország. But anyway, so I'm gonna call this gentleman, and I'm gonna propose that, given the fact that I have a beautiful little home here with everything I need and it's isolated, why take the risk? I've been traveling. I very well could be carrying the virus right now. I don't know. He could be carrying the virus or whatever. You just don't know. And it's kind of like maybe, he's at the same stage in life as myself where you don't take unnecessary risk. And I don't get the impression that this is the type of host that is hosting because he needs the money. So anyway, we will see. And then I will, if he's in agreement, then I will reach out to the host here, host, who's a lovely lady. I haven't met her, but she sounds like she's a lovely lady. And reach out to her here and see if I couldn't just stay here for the duration of the week, So we will see. I mean, even if my host, where I'm going to stay for whatever reason, isn't in favor of the idea, I could just as easily stay here and just forego going to stay over there. The only problem is the internet. There's no internet here. I kind of worked around it, tethering my phone, but that's that. It's interesting. One thing that I was going to call the video today, the inside scoop. I was going to go and find a picture, Sure, I wouldn't have a hard time finding a picture to correlate with the verbiage, the inside scoop. But I opted not to. And but I get a call yesterday from Carlo over in Melbourne. Carlo in Melbourne. The place where, the same Carlo where, you're walking down the street in Melbourne and you see Carlo walking down the street and you cross to the other side because he's a bad ass. and you don't want to mess with Carlo. I'm good. I'm glad that I'm on Carlo's good side. I really am, because, boy, I'd hate to be on that. I'd hate to be, stuck over here in this predicament, and be on the bad. Boy, I don't know what happened there. My camera, it just died all of a sudden. It just switched over. But no, I don't. I wouldn't want to be down here in Australia and be on the bad side of Carlo. Even if I weren't in Melbourne, I mean, I'm sure that Carlo is such a badass, you know, dude, that I'm sure he's got connections all around Australia. So I could have been in Brisbane or Perth or any of these places, and Carlo could have easily just take me out. And all of a sudden the morning videos would just stop, and you'd be wondering what was happening. But anyway, I get a call from Carlo yesterday. Kind of sounds like the Godfather when he calls you. He does. I get a call from Carlo, and he tells me that he's got inside scoop. He's got an inside scoop on the situation down here, and that effective, I think, but they're going to make an announcement here shortly that, like many places, they're going into lockdown, stay in your house type lockdown. And it doesn't surprise me, to be quite honest with you, but I was concerned about getting from here over to my place on Monday in the Mornington Peninsula, and I booked that place for 2 weeks. But I was a bit concerned about getting over there, and I stopped at the police station, and I asked them. I walked into the police station, and I asked them. After I asked them if I could use a little of their hand sanitizer, then I asked them if I could possibly, move from here over, on the ferry to the other peninsula to get into my thing. And he said it wouldn't be a problem. So I would have that freedom to move from, one facility to another. So anyway, that's kind of the situation as it is right now. And right now it's about 7:30 in the morning. I'm going to have my breakfast, sit down, check my email, do a little bit of work, and then I might go for a walk on the beach, is what I might do. I don't know if the sun is out or whatever, but I might go take a walk on the coast, on the beach, which is good. The ocean air is real good at clearing the senses, not to mention clearing your mind. But anyway, something else that's interesting. One of the unexpected things about getting older that I didn't anticipate. One of the nice things about getting older that I didn't anticipate is that you find joy in things that you didn't find joy in before as much. You really, like the cuteness of a little child, just different things, that in years past may not have brought you any significant amount of joy. But as you start to get older, there's certain things that you wouldn't think bring a smile to your face or a little joy to your heart, end up doing that. And yesterday I was going about the house here, and there's a spare room with a couple beds, if any of you want to come and visit me. There's a spare room with a couple beds, and I thought to poke my head in there, and it's a child's room. It's a child's room, and I just kind of glanced quickly at the room, and something caught my attention over in the corner of the room, and it was this here. You see, The Diary of a Wombat. And there's your wombat. There is your wombat. The Diary of a Wombat. And, you know, I'd heard the term before, wombat, but I didn't know much about wombats. But apparently, you know, the koala down here takes all the, you know, all the cuteness. You know, the koala has all the cuteness factor, but wombats, I didn't know, have a sense of cuteness all to themselves, and I didn't know that. And I picked this book up, and it just kind of made me smile. It made me smile. It's a Children's Book Council of Australia. It's a shortlisted book, whatever that means. And it's a cute little book. It's a cute little book, and inside it says, I think it's Charlotte and Gray or something like that, written on the inside. And I thought, you know, maybe some of you would like a little story on the Diary of a Wombat. And it starts out on a Monday morning. What's today? Today's Tuesday. So on Monday morning, slept. Afternoon, slept. Evening, ate grass, scratched. Night, ate grass. See? And there's the little illustration. You see, I could do bedtime stories. That's what I could do. Maybe I could take this whole YouTube thing to a new level and just read stories like Mr. Rogers. Tuesday, here's what he did on Tuesday. In the morning, he slept. In the afternoon, he slept. In the evening, he ate grass. In the nighttime, he ate grass, and he decided that grass was boring, and he scratched. Hard to reach the itty bits. Hard to reach the itty bits. There he is scratching. Hard to scratch the itty bits, you see? There he is. All right. And then he slept. Let's see what he did on Tuesday. Or Wednesday, rather. Wednesday in the morning, you know what he did. He slept. Afternoon, it was a mild, cloudy day. He found the perfect dust bath. There he is. You see? Perfect dust bath. You enjoying this, Mark? He discovered a flat, hairy creature. He discovered a flat, hairy creature invading his territory. And he fought a major battle with the flat, hairy creature. And he won the battle. And he demanded a carrot. And if you look closely, the flat, hairy creature was a welcome mat. You see that? That was the flat, hairy creature. And he got the carrot, and the carrot was delicious. And in the evening, he demanded more carrots, but there wasn't a response. See, there was no response. This book's not too long. I might as well finish it. So he chewed a hole in the door. For Pete's sake, give her some carrots. And he ate the carrots and he scratched. And he went to sleep. Oh, goodness gracious. Thursday, in the morning, you know what he did. Afternoon, he discovered the perfect scratching post, which was the underside of a table. Yes, sir. In the evening, he demanded carrots, and there was no response. So he tried yesterday's hole, and they had boarded it up. Anyway, it goes on and on. I won't read the whole. I won't read the whole book to you, but it's a cute book. You know, I didn't know, but wombats. I guess, you know, a wombat is not something that you want to hit on the road. They come out at night like the kangaroos do, and you're driving down the road. A wombat is not something that you want to hit. They kind of sleep underground, if I'm not mistaken. They burrow underground. and here you see the wombat dug a hole under the house, but wombats are. I guess I didn't even know. You drive down the road and you see these signs for wombats, and I guess they're rock solid. I don't know how big they are, but they're rock solid, and they can really mess up your car, if I'm not mistaken. You don't want to hit a wombat. It's not like hitting a raccoon. No, wombats are bigger than your average raccoon. But anyway, but I guess that's one of the nice things about getting old. You find yourself appreciating and enjoying and finding and finding joy in things that you didn't when you were younger. But anyway, so that's about it, folks. I need to get on with my day, and I'm doing okay. For those of you out there wondering, all is good. I saw a couple comments up here. Let's see if I can read any of these. Really, I can't believe that you insulted my channel. I don't know what that guy is. Who's that? I feel upset now. Okay, whoever that is. But anyway, so that's it. I just hope everybody out there is doing well. I got a message from somebody yesterday over in the UK that's lost his job and is worried about his mom and all that, and times are tough right now. They really are, and I think that they're going to get. Unfortunately, I think they're going to get better before times are going to get worse before they get better. But anyway, let's just all hope and pray for the same. And on the outside chance, for those of you that have been following me for a long time, you'll all remember Oksana. And Oksana's not viewing the videos anymore, or maybe she is, but not commenting. I don't want to go into a lot of detail about the situation with Oksana, but Oksana, on the outside chance that you're still watching my videos, just on the outside chance that you still happen to tune into my videos, I think about you. I hope you're doing well, and I think that I speak for a lot of people that watch my channel. That we miss you and hope all is well with you. Okay. So anyway, everybody out there, have as best a day as possible. Okay. Take good care.